for 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for your attentiveness to this process. I know it's laborious. And I want to draw attention. I want to go back just a few steps here when we were listening to an amendment brought to us by my good friend from New York, Mr. Reed. As we're going through this process, there are those who have been working extremely hard, the Appropriations Committee and members all across this House. And Mr. Reed dug very deep, and he found something that I think all of us wanted to see, something that was exposed that the American people have pointed out clearly, that the federal government has been spending money where it does not need to be spending money. Think about where we are as a nation. $14 trillion in debt. Unemployment unacceptable. GDP dropping. $1.5 trillion of a deficit, which is almost 150% of what the federal government takes in. Think about where we are. And then children, upon conception, you ask any economist, they'll vary somewhere between $42,000 to $47,000 of debt inherited upon conception. And yet, Mr. Reed, he points out here today a great find, that this government is funding a Tijuana sewer rehabilitation project. Something about that just stinks. And I would hope that this House, that Americans all across this country, that members of this House would see that just $10 million being funded for a rehabilitation project of a sewer facility in Mexico, yet we're at this position of this fiscal House being out of order and in disorder. I would hope that this House would see and recognize that this simple amendment, only $10 million, a small amount compared to that $1.5 trillion deficit, is worthy of a yes vote of amending out of this CR, and that we would send a message to the American people. It doesn't matter if it's $1, $10 million, $1 billion. If it's unnecessary funding coming from this government, we're going to get it out and get this fiscal House back in order. Mr. Chairman, I yield back my time.
Chairman yields back. The clerk will read.
Page 275, line 4, the matter pertaining to grants to